Hello, English learners, and welcome back to another great lesson with English Pod. My name is Marco.
And I'm Erica.
And today we're bringing you a great intermediate lesson with some really useful vocabulary.
Some vocabulary you can use to describe your job.
Yes, this is a really common situation when someone asks you what you do, and you have to tell them.
Exactly. So today's lesson is all about that.
So before we jump into our dialogue, let's start with our vocabulary preview.
Vocabulary preview.
We have two simple phrases today that you'll hear in our dialogue for our vocabulary preview. The first one is VP.
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 So the VP of a company is?
The vice president.
The vice president, exactly.
Yeah, simple little acronym. And the next word is Fortune 500 company.
Fortune 500 company.
Fortune 500 company.
So a Fortune 500 company is?
I'll let you explain.
Well, Fortune magazine ranks the 500 biggest companies in the US.
So a Fortune 500 company basically is?
One of the 500 biggest companies in the US.
Okay, that's simple.
Yep.
All right, well, with those words, it sounds like we're going to be talking to some important people today.
Yes, we are going to be talking to some important people. So let's listen to our dialogue for the first time. Now, it's going to be a little bit fast, but you don't have to worry about it.
Because we'll come back and explain all of the important vocabulary.
Oh, look. There's Caroline and her boyfriend. She's always going on about him at the office. Great, they saw us. They're coming this way.
Oh, man.
Jessica, Arthur, hi. I'd like you to meet my boyfriend, Greg. He's the VP of Quality and Safety for a top Fortune 500 food company.
Nice to meet you. This is my husband, Arthur.
Hey, how's it going?
Hello?
Caroline talks about you all the time. I guess you must be pretty busy at work.
Well, yeah, VP position is not easy, you know. I implement policies and procedures nationwide in various departments, as well as train junior managers in FDA and EPA regulations. I also have to oversee daily operations of our quality control for the entire East Coast. That alone means I have 1,500 employees under me.
Wow, yeah, that sounds exciting.
And what about you, Arthur? What do you do for a living?
Oh, I'm a Top Gun pilot.
All right, great music for our dialogue again, huh?
Chosen by
moi.
Of course.
Yeah, Top Gun is one of my all-time favorite movies. And Top Gun pilot, what a cool profession.
An excellent profession. Much cooler than being like the VP.
Yeah. How boring is that?
Yeah. Anyway, this guy was a bit of a jerk, don't you think?
Yeah, you can tell a little bit of the sarcastic tone he had in his voice.
Definitely. But he did use some interesting phrases, and we can talk about those now.
Right, so let's take a look at language takeaway.
Language takeaway.
Our first word for language takeaways is implement.
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 Let's listen to some examples of this word to help us understand its meaning.
Example 1.
Our company has to implement this sales strategy.
Example 2.
Sarah will be responsible for implementing the plan.
Example 3.
I implemented several new policies.
Okay, great examples. And just in case, to implement means to?
Put into action.
Put into action. Great.
Exactly.
Our second word for language takeaway, policies.
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 So policies are basically rules and regulations.
Exactly. Formal rules.
For a company or an organization.
Exactly.
Policies. Great.
Third word?
Oversee.
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 So when you oversee operations, it means?
Like you watch it to make sure it's okay.
You supervise it.
This is an excellent word to use when you want to talk about your job responsibilities.
Right.
Oversee.
Great. And our last word for language takeaway, it's kind of tricky. So let's listen to how it was used in our dialogue.
That alone means I have 1,500 employees under me. That alone means I have 1,500 employees under me.
So this guy has 1,500 employees under him, meaning he supervises 1,500 employees.
Right, he manages 1,500 employees.
He must be a busy man.
Yes, for 1,500 employees. How many employees do you have under you, Erica?
2.
Yeah, not quite as much as 1,500.
Yeah, I guess I'm not a VP right yet, hey?
Not yet, but you will.
Okay.
All right, so with this in mind, we are ready to listen to our dialogue for a second time, and this time it's going to be slower.
Good morning, Luca. Thank you for meeting me again.
Morning, Liana. You sounded quite energetic on the phone. Did something exciting happen at work?
Yes, my manager just gave me my first real project. I'll be leading a small team on a campaign. I feel proud, but also terrified.
Congratulations. That's a huge step. So, what exactly will you do on this project?
Well, the company wants to promote a new app. I'll oversee social media, coordinate designers, and analyze the campaign's results. But when I try to explain it in English, I still sound unsure.
Let's fix that. Remember, in English, confidence is built through structure. Start simple, then expand. Say, I manage a small marketing team. We create online campaigns and measure their success.
I manage a small marketing team. We create online campaigns and measure their success. That sounds clean and professional.
Exactly. Short sentences with action verbs show clarity.
Sometimes people ask, what do you do for a living? I always answer, I work in marketing, but I feel that's too short.
You're right. That's a good start for small talk, but you can make it more interesting. For example, I work in marketing. I help companies tell their stories through social media and digital campaigns.
That's beautiful. Tell their stories. It sounds creative, not boring.
Exactly. When you add emotion, people listen longer.
And if someone asks about my responsibilities,
Then use phrases like, I'm responsible for, or my main duties include. It sounds natural and formal. Try it.
okay, I'm responsible for managing a team and creating digital content.
Perfect. Add one more layer. I work closely with designers and clients to make sure our campaigns meet their goals.
I work closely with designers and clients to make sure our campaigns meet their goals. That sounds good. It's friendly and professional at the same time.
English for the workplace is all about balance. You need warmth and precision.
I'll remember that.
How's your team so far?
Wonderful and chaotic. One designer loves deadlines. Another hates them. I've learned that leadership isn't just giving orders. It's about patience.
Smiling. You're learning fast. You can describe that by saying, I supervise a small creative team and ensure that everyone stays on schedule.
I supervise a small creative team and ensure that everyone stays on schedule. That's elegant.
That's elegant. Here's a tip. In English, use verbs that show initiative. Coordinate, develop, analyze, implement, oversee. They make your job sound dynamic.
I like that. Instead of I do social media, I can say I manage online content strategies.
Exactly. That's the difference between sounding like an employee and sounding like a professional.
Luca, can you tell me how you describe your job? You always sound so confident.
I've practiced for years. I usually say, I'm a leadership coach. I help professionals improve communication, teamwork, and confidence in their careers.
That's powerful. It sounds like you inspire people.
That's the goal. Everyone deserves to sound proud of what they do.
You know, when people ask about my job, I sometimes worry it sounds boring. But when I listen to how you speak, I realize every job has meaning if you describe it right.
Absolutely. It's not the job, it's the story you tell about it.
What if I meet someone from another country and want to ask about their job politely?
Great question. The polite way is, what do you do for a living? Or, what line of work are you in? Avoid what's your job because it can sound direct.
So, what do you do for a living is polite, and what's your job is more casual.
Exactly.
Sometimes I hear people say, I'm between jobs. What does that mean?
That's a polite way to say they're currently unemployed but looking for work.
English people really know how to make things sound gentle.
True. English often hides strong realities behind polite words.
Luca, what's the difference between work and job? I always mix them.
Great question. Job is a specific position, like being a teacher or a manager. Work is the general activity. You say, I love my job, or I have a lot of work today.
So I can say I have a new job, but not I have a new work.
Exactly. You've got it.
English is sneaky sometimes.
It's charmingly sneaky.
Luca, my dream is to move to another country one day. How do people talk about their careers in interviews there?
In interviews, use confident phrases like, I'm passionate about, I take pride in, and I've learned to. They show growth. Avoid I think too much. It sounds uncertain.
Got it. I'm passionate about digital marketing. I take pride in helping brands grow. I've learned to lead a team.
Perfect. You sound ready for an international interview already.
When I talk about work in English, I want to sound smart, but also human, not like a robot.
Then balance facts with feelings. Facts show skills. Feelings show heart.
Luca, can we do a mini role play, like a short conversation at a networking event?
Of course. Let's pretend we just met. Hi, I'm Luca. I work in corporate training.
Nice to meet you, Luca. I'm Leanna. I work in digital marketing.
That sounds interesting. What's your favorite part of your job?
I enjoy creating strategies that connect people to brands. It's like storytelling.
That's a beautiful way to put it. How long have you been doing it?
Almost a year. Every day feels like a new challenge.
That's the best kind of job. The one that keeps teaching you.
That sounded so natural.
Because it's real English, not textbook English, life English.
I want to learn how to talk about promotions too. My friend got promoted and said, I moved up the ladder.
That's a common idiom. To move up the ladder means to get a higher position. You can also say, I got promoted, or I took on more responsibilities.
So if I become a manager one day, I can say, I moved up the ladder.
Exactly. But remember to celebrate quietly at first, then shout about it later.
Deal.
Speaking of idioms, here are some about work. Burning the midnight oil means working late at night. Back to the drawing board means starting over after a failure. Hit the ground running means starting a new job with great energy.
These are so vivid.
That's why English feels alive. It paints pictures with words.
Luca, can you explain colleague and coworker? Are they the same?
Mostly yes, but colleague sounds a bit more formal and polite. Coworker is common in American English for casual speech. You'd say, I have great colleagues, or my coworkers are very helpful.
I'll use colleague for meetings. It sounds elegant.
Good choice.
Sometimes at work, I feel nervous speaking English in meetings. Everyone talks so fast.
That's natural. You can use simple phrases to jump in. Try, can I add something here? Or, sorry to interrupt, may I share my idea?
Can I add something here? That's polite and confident.
Exactly. You don't need long sentences, just brave ones.
I also struggle with small talk at work. When colleagues ask, how's your day going? I panic.
That's every learner's moment of truth. Just say, pretty good, thanks. Busy, but good. How about you?
It's short, natural, and friendly.
Welcome to adulthood.
Luca, I've heard people talk about work-life balance. What does that really mean?
It means finding a healthy balance between your job and personal life, making sure work doesn't consume you.
That's hard. I always feel guilty when I rest.
Rest is part of productivity. You recharge your creativity when you pause.
I needed to hear that. You know, in English interviews, when they ask, where do you see yourself in 5 years? They're not testing your future, they're testing your vision.
How should you answer that?
Try, I hope to grow in my role, take on more leadership, and continue developing my skills.
Grow in my role? Take on more leadership? That sounds wise.
That's the language of ambition without arrogance. Luca, I think I'm learning not just English, but how to respect myself through words.
That's the secret of every language. It teaches you how to introduce yourself to the world.
Luca, I've been thinking about what you said. The way we talk about our jobs really does change how we feel about them.
Exactly. Language shapes thought. If you say, I'm stuck in a job, you'll feel trapped. But if you say, I'm learning from my current position, you'll feel empowered.
So true. I used to complain, my job is stressful, but now I can say, my job is challenging, but it helps me grow.
That's a beautiful shift. English gives us the power to reframe life.
Can we talk about teamwork vocabulary? I want to sound natural when discussing projects.
Of course. Use verbs like collaborate, contribute, and brainstorm. For example, I collaborate with my colleagues to develop marketing strategies.
I collaborate with my colleagues to develop marketing strategies. That sounds so professional.
Exactly. You can also say, I contribute ideas during meetings, or we brainstorm creative concepts every Monday.
I love brainstorm. It sounds like creativity exploding.
That's exactly what it means.
What about conflict at work? Sometimes people disagree.
That's normal. You can say, we had a difference of opinion, but we found a compromise.
Difference of opinion? That's such a polite way to say argument.
Exactly. English prefers soft tones in the workplace. Instead of, we argued, say, we discussed different viewpoints.
I'll use that next time my teammate hates my design idea.
Good plan.
I also want to know how to talk about achievements at work.
Great topic. Use achieve, complete, reach, launch, improve. Example, I successfully launched a campaign that increased sales by 20%.
I launched a campaign that increased engagement on social media.
That's perfect. Numbers make your sentences powerful.
Luca, you always sound like you've prepared a TED Talk in your pocket.
Years of practice, my friend.
How can I describe my boss or colleagues politely? Sometimes I don't know what's appropriate.
Good question. You can say, my supervisor is very supportive, or my manager encourages creativity. Avoid negative language. Say, we have different working styles instead of my boss is difficult.
That's smart. I'll remember different working styles.
Respectful language builds bridges.
Excited! I learned a new phrase at work, deadline pressure. Everyone uses it.
Ah, yes. That's when you have limited time to finish tasks. You can say, I work well under deadline pressure. It shows you handle stress calmly.
I'll tell my boss that. I actually do my best work under pressure.
Just don't wait until the last minute on purpose.
How do I describe meetings and presentations naturally?
Teaching. Use phrases like, I attend weekly team meetings. I present updates on our progress. I take notes and share feedback with the team.
I present updates on our progress. That's elegant.
And if you lead meetings, you can say, I conduct meetings and facilitate discussions.
I love facilitate discussions. It makes me sound like a leader.
Because you are one.
Luca, I sometimes feel nervous before presentations. Any advice?
Breathe, smile, and start with a warm phrase like, Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here. That buys you confidence in the first 10 seconds.
And if I forget what to say?
Pause. Silence is confidence, not weakness. Then continue with, let me rephrase that, or what I mean is.
That's brilliant. I always thought silence meant failure.
Silence can be power when you own it.
Curious. Luca, can you explain some phrases people use at the end of meetings?
Sure. Let's wrap up means let's finish. Let's go over the main points means let's review. I'll follow up by email means I'll send a message later.
These are gold. Now I can survive corporate meetings.
Survive and shine, I'd say.
Curious, Luca, have you ever had a really difficult colleague?
Many times. But instead of calling them difficult, I say we sometimes have communication challenges.
That's such a polite translation of chaos.
Exactly. Diplomacy is the art of surviving offices.
How do people in English talk about pay or salary without sounding rude?
That's delicate. You can say, my salary is competitive, or I'm satisfied with my compensation. During interviews, use expected salary or salary range.
So never say directly, how much will you pay me?
Exactly. Instead say, could we discuss the compensation package?
English is so polite it could negotiate peace between countries.
True.
Luca, I want to talk about motivation. How do you say, I love my job in different ways?
Beautiful topic. You can say, I'm passionate about my work. I find my job rewarding. My work gives me a sense of purpose. I truly enjoy what I do.
I'll say, my work gives me a sense of purpose. That's exactly how I feel.
Then your words will shine with truth.
Curious, Luca, what if someone hates their job but wants to sound positive?
They can say, I'm looking for new challenges, or I'm exploring new opportunities. Those are elegant ways to say you want to change jobs.
Nodding. I'll remember that. It's so diplomatic.
Politeness opens doors, complaints close them.
I think people underestimate how emotional work can be. Some days I'm full of energy, others I feel lost.
That's normal. Every job has rhythm. Some days are melodies, others are silence.
That's poetic.
Because work is part of life's song. You just have to find your tempo.
Luca, you always mix grammar with philosophy.
It's my way of keeping both the brain and heart awake.
Curious, how do people in English describe their career goals?
They might say, I aim to become a project manager, or my goal is to grow into a leadership role. Some add, I want to make a positive impact in my field.
I want to make a positive impact. That's a phrase I'll use forever.
It fits you.
When I was younger, I thought success meant money, but now it feels more like peace.
That's wisdom. Money builds comfort. Purpose builds peace.
I'll remember that on busy Mondays.
You know, many people never stop to describe their jobs beautifully. You're learning to express not just what you do, but who you are.
That's true. I used to say, I'm just an employee. Now I can say, I contribute to my company's growth.
And that small change in words will change how the world sees you.
Curious, Luca, can you teach me how to talk about mistakes at work?
Gentle. Of course. You can say, I made a mistake, but I learned from it. Or, I take responsibility and will make sure it doesn't happen again. That shows maturity.
Practicing. I take responsibility and will make sure it doesn't happen again. That sounds strong and calm.
Exactly. That's professional honesty.
Sometimes English makes me feel braver.
That's because English gives you new ways to tell your story. Every language you learn gives you a new life.
Then I guess I'm living 2 lives already.
Lucky you.
Curious, how do you end professional emails in English?
You can say, best regards, kind regards, sincerely for formal tone, or best for a friendly tone.
And for starting?
Start with Dear Mr. or Mrs. if formal, or Hi, name if casual.
What if I'm talking to my boss in person and want to sound respectful?
Gentle. Use polite phrases. Would you mind if I? Could I please? I'd like to suggest. They make requests soft but respectful.
Repeating. Would you mind if I take tomorrow morning off? That sounds kind and professional.
Perfect. You see, respect and tone builds trust in teams.
Luca, how do you talk about work habits, like arriving early or being organized?
Teaching. You can say, I'm punctual and detail-oriented, or I'm organized and manage my time efficiently.
I'll say that in my next interview.
Just don't be late that day.
I promise. Gently, Luca, what's the best compliment you can give a colleague in English?
Simple. I really appreciate your help. Or, you did a great job on that project. Simple compliments build strong relationships.
That's thoughtful. I'll start using that. Appreciation is a universal language.
Exactly. Gratitude keeps the workplace human.
Excited! Luca, one last thing. Can you give me a mini list of expressions for career growth?
Sure. I got promoted. I moved up the ladder. I'm taking on new responsibilities. I'm expanding my skill set. I'm working towards a management role.
I love expanding my skill set. It sounds so professional.
That one always works in interviews.
Let's sew. I promise.
I promise.
Luca, what's the best compliment you can give a colleague in English?
Simple. I really appreciate your help. Or, you did a great job on that project. Simple compliments build strong relationships.
Thoughtful. I'll start using that. Appreciation is a universal language.
Exactly. Gratitude keeps the workplace human.
Excited! Luca, one last thing. Can you give me a mini list of expressions for career growth?
Sure. I got promoted. I moved up the ladder. I'm taking on new responsibilities. I'm expanding my skill set. I'm working towards a management role.
I love expanding my skill set. It sounds so professional.
That one always works in interviews.
Luca, I think you've taught me so much, not just about English, but about life at work.
You did the real work, Liana. You asked, listened, practiced, and reflected. That's growth.
Sometimes I wish you were my real manager.
Be careful what you wish for. Managers give homework.
I'd still learn a lot.
Promise me one thing. Next time someone asks, what do you do for a living? You'll answer with proud.
I promise. I'll say, I work in digital marketing. I manage a creative team that helps brands grow online.
Perfect. And say it with that sparkle in your voice. You've earned it.
Thank you, Luca. You've changed how I see my career and myself.
That's the real promotion, Liana. The one inside.
You always know the right words.
Words are tools. You just learned how to build your dream with them.
I'll keep building one sentence at a time.
That's all it takes.
Goodbye, Luca, and thank you for every lesson, every word, and every bit of encouragement.
Goodbye, Liana. Keep shining at work and in life.
Oh, look. There's Caroline and her boyfriend. She's always going on about him at the office. Oh, great, they saw us. They're coming this way.
Oh, man.
Jessica! Arthur! Hi! I'd like you to meet my boyfriend, Greg. He's the VP of Quality and Safety for a top Fortune 500 food company.
Nice to meet you. This is my husband, Arthur.
Hey, how's it going?
Hello?
Caroline talks about you all the time. I guess you must be pretty busy at work.
Well, yeah. A VP position is not easy, you know. I implement policies and procedures nationwide of various departments, as well as train junior managers in FDA and EPA regulations. I also have to oversee daily operations of our quality control for the entire East Coast. That alone means I have 1,500 employees under me.
Wow, yeah, that sounds exciting.
And what about you, Arthur? What do you do for a living?
Oh, I'm a Top Gun pilot.
Okay, great stuff. With this, now we can start with our fluency builder for today.
Fluency builder.
We heard some excellent phrases in this dialogue, some phrases that sound really natural, hey?
Yes, especially the first one that we have today is whenever someone talks and talks and talks and continuously talks without stopping, you would say,
She's always going on about him at the office. She's always going on about him at the office.
This is a really natural way of saying keeps talking about.
Right, keeps talking about him.
Yep. So we have a few examples of how this phrase works. Let's listen.
Example 1.
My boss is always going on about how we need to save money. It's all he talks about.
Example 2.
Gary is always going on about his kids. He's always talking about how smart they are.
Example 3.
My mom is always going on about how I should get married.
Okay, excellent. It's clear now.
Yes.
Okay, so let's move on to our second phrase for today. And this is a great one to use whenever you meet someone for the first time.
Or when you start to talk to someone for the first time.
Great.
Hey, how's it going? Hey, how's it going?
So this is a really relaxed and natural way of saying, how are you?
How are you?
Yeah.
So yeah, you can just say, hey, how's it going?
Yep.
Great.
Really natural sounding.
Now, our third phrase is the most important one of our dialogue.
Yes.
And it's a really common situation.
When someone asks you about your job, they might say this.
Arthur, what do you do for a living? Arthur, what do you do for a living?
So this is a really great way of asking, what work do you do, or what is your job?
Yes. I know a lot of students sometimes say, what is your job?
Yeah, and that is, it's kind of correct, but not really.
It doesn't sound very natural.
Right.
So you want to use, what do you do, or
what do you do for a living?
Sounds great.
That's the way you ask someone what is their job.
And that's how you sound supernatural.
Okay, so we're ready now to listen to our dialogue a last time. And now you are ready to understand everything.
Oh, look. There's Caroline and her boyfriend. She's always going on about him at the office. Great, they saw us. They're coming this way.
Oh, man.
Jessica, Arthur, hi. I'd like you to meet my boyfriend, Greg. He's the VP of Quality and Safety for a top Fortune 500 food company.
Nice to meet you. This is my husband, Arthur.
Hey, how's it going?
Hello?
Caroline talks about you all the time. I guess you must be pretty busy at work.
Well, yeah, VP position is not easy, I implement policies and procedures nationwide, various departments, as well as train junior managers in FDA and EPA regulations. I also have to oversee daily operations of our quality control for the entire East Coast. That alone means I have 1,500 employees under me.
Wow, yeah, that sounds exciting.
And what about you, Arthur? What do you do for a living?
Oh, I'm a Top Gun pilot.
Okay, so I have a little challenge for our listeners today.
What is it?
2 challenges, actually.
Okay.
The first one, who performs the song that you heard, and what is the song called?
Okay, I don't know the answer, so I'm looking forward to seeing what users do.
And the second one is, what is the number 1 company in the Fortune 500?
Oh, I also don't know this answer.
2 great questions, so I expect to see your answers on the comments page, but also we want to know about your profession.
Yes, tell us about your job. Tell us what you do, and use some of the great phrases you learned today to describe your answer.
Great. So we hope to see you there, but we're out of time now. So we'll see everyone at EnglishPod.com. Leave all your questions and, of course, all the comments.
And Marco and I are always around to answer your questions.
Well, until then, it's
goodbye.
Bye. The English Pod Audio Review. Listen to the meaning, then say the vocabulary word.
Talk about something a lot.
Go on about.
Top 500 companies rated by revenue.
Fortune 500.
Begin to do something. Put into action.
Implement.
Have the duty or job of taking care of something.
Responsible.
In the whole country.
Nationwide.
Take care of.
Look after.
Watch and direct to make sure a job is done correctly.
Oversee.
Checking goods to make sure that they are good enough to sell.
Quality control.
Working for me.
Under me. Develop relationships.
Look after or take care of complaints.
Handle complaints.
Make arrangements or plans with a group of people.
Coordinate.
Watch and check.
Monitor.
Be in charge of something. Watch and direct.
Supervise.
Make sure.
Ensure. Let's try that faster.
In the whole country.
Nationwide.
Make arrangements or plans with a group of people.
Coordinate.
Watch and direct to make sure a job is done correctly.
Oversee.
Top 500 companies rated by revenue.
Fortune 500.
Take care of.
Look after.
Working for me.
Under me.
Checking goods to make sure that they are good enough to sell.
Quality control.
Be in charge of something. Watch and direct.
Supervise.
Watch and check.
Monitor.
Have the duty or job of taking care of something.
Responsible.
Make sure.
Ensure.
Begin to do something. Put into action.
Implement. Develop relationships.
Look after or take care of complaints.
Handle complaints.
Talk about something a lot.
Go on about. Now say the word and hear it in a sentence. Go on about. My boss is always going on about how we need to save money. It's all he talks about. Go on about. Gary is always going on about his kids. He's always talking about how smart they are. Go on about. My mum is always going on about how I should get married. Implement. Our company has to implement this sales strategy. Implement. Sarah will be responsible for implementing the plan. Implement. I implemented several new policies. According to company regulations, we have to fly economy class. You need to make sure that you follow the rules and regulations. Government regulations do not allow us to import raw meat. Oversee. In my last job, I oversaw recruitment. Oversee. Jason, can you oversee this project? Oversee. I'm overseeing the budget in my department. Nationwide. Nationwide, we have 500 stores. Nationwide. The government will be starting nationwide testing of grade 4 students. Nationwide. There is a nationwide shortage of doctors. Under me. In your new job, you'll have 18 employees under you. Under me. I don't have any employees under me. Under me. Frank has 12 managers working under him. Quality control. Our quality control measures help make sure that there are no mistakes in our product. Quality control. I am responsible for quality control in our factory. Quality control. We have poor quality control, and so there are a lot of problems with our product.